Hey, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Shareece, and this is Spirit Soul Sense Information for Your Soul. Today, I'm going to be giving you 7 tips to avoid social media burnout. I developed these tips after looking at Breeny Lee's channel. She is a content creator here on YouTube, and she has a platform on Instagram. She's from the UK, and she recently, or a year ago, took a break from creating content and consuming social media. So I think we can learn from her experience on how to avoid altogether social media burnout and live a more balanced life. My number 1 tip is set specific time limits and boundaries around consuming social media. So not just don't look at it first thing in the morning, or I'm only spending 10 or 15 minutes scrolling mindlessly at a time. I also want you to really curate the feed that you are getting when you are on social media. Is your timeline filled with drama and nonsense? Is it filled with political commentary that's toxic and divisive? Whatever it is, I would strongly encourage you to take stock of what it is that you are consuming and shift it over to include more positive things, more people who are happy, more people who look like you, something that's a bit more balanced or helpful in helping you grow in life. Number 2 would be to take a break from looking through your phone. Take a break from trying to get the most Instagrammable pictures. Take a break from watching concerts through your phone. I think it's a beautiful thing to document your life. But even if you're at a concert, I would encourage maybe 30 seconds of recording something and then put your phone away so that you can look through your own eyes at what you are seeing. Unless this is a business for you where you're recording the whole content of the concert or something, then why would you be spending all your time and effort recording when you could just be enjoying the experience for yourself? There are some people who are even content creators that always feel the need to add something to their story or their Snapchat. I'm encouraging you to hold off on some of those sharings and keep some of those things for yourself. And maybe you start with snapping pictures or snapping videos and then you don't share it until you are able to just have the experience without documenting it and wanting to put it on the internet for someone else to consume. This way, you'll get to do my number 3 tip, which is be present. Life is lived in the present moment, not in the past, not in the future. And you can develop disorders if you focus too much on either one of those. You can fully, joyfully experiencing what's happening in life when you are thinking about what it is that you're doing. That's all it means to be present, that you're here in the moment and you're not somewhere else thinking about, how is this going to look on Instagram or how is this going to look on YouTube? You're just focusing on enjoying the moment. Focusing on being present is also a really good strategy to reduce stress and reduce worrying and be more engaged with the people who are actually in front of you. Number 4 is create a life outside of work. So I want this life to include free time and hobbies and times where you don't have to be on. You can just be yourself doing whatever it is that you like to do. As you can see, I really enjoy plants. That's a perfectly wonderful hobby. It doesn't have to include other people, but it can. It doesn't have to be active, but it can. But I want you to be thinking about things other than work. And if content creation is your work, you also need breaks from creating content and always thinking about dollar signs or creating something that your audience would enjoy. I want you to think instead about what it is that you would enjoy. If money wasn't involved, if you just could use your free time in any way that you'd want to use it, how would you do it? And this doesn't mean that you incorporate this at 50% of your day, but that you have something to look forward to other than thinking about work or creating something that other people are going to then consume. Number 5 is spend quality time with friends. This can mean a lot of different things to different people, but we're building on some of the skills you've been putting into practice before. You're gonna wanna be present. You're gonna wanna make sure it's something that doesn't have to be content for use in another video or advertisement. You're going to want to be present, so put your phone away. You also want to not be thinking about this as content. You're going to be just enjoying this person's company, engaged in the conversation that's happening in the present moment so that you all can enjoy each other without all of the outside influences of content creation, or I have to make sure we get the right picture and right pose to be on social media. Number 6 is health and fitness, meaning I want you to incorporate body movement, exercise, and eating foods that are nourishing to your body. I am not a person that excludes any food groups except dairy because I'm allergic to it, but I would encourage you to find a diet that feels balanced to you, that makes you feel good instead of not so good when you eat it, and to incorporate some kind of movement. I enjoy running, but maybe you want to go cycling, or you want to do one of those boot camp classes or whatever it is. I want you to be able to move your body, feel it getting stronger, because it's one of those things that will help you in the long term. You can also use exercise as a strategy for, improving your mental health and your mood, because when the endorphins are going, when you're challenging your body to do things, it can give you a boost of feel-good hormones and also a sense of satisfaction that you said you were going to do something and you did it. And so it also helps boost your self-esteem as you're working on, creating the body you want if you don't already have it. And the last one on my list is learning and growing. And if you think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I'm a psychologist, at the top is really that self, actualization, where all your needs are met. This is why I've put it here as like the last step. But Breeny Lee made a point about body image without using the word body image, but being like overly focused on poses and the kind of clothes she was picking and what would look good on Instagram versus just picking something she liked and wearing it, and then not having to worry about how it's being photographed or perceived by the outside world. And so this is an area where I think deeper self-exploration and self-awareness would be helpful, that you actually make time to spend with yourself, where you are loving on yourself more, like self-love in all the difficult and challenging ways, where you are practicing saying positive things to yourself as you're also practicing being more present and spending less time on social media or thinking about creating social media content. The exact details are different for everyone, but generally speaking, most people are battling between, am I enough? Am I good enough? Am I too much? Am I doing the right thing? Having those questions for themselves, because nobody has it all figured out. I promise you, nobody has it all figured out. You'll find a lot of videos on my channel that go through that question of like, how do I be happy? How do I thrive? It's really my mission to help Black men and women heal from trauma and toxic relationships so that we can all experience the love of a lifetime, the love you can give yourself, joy at doing things that are fun, and focusing on just your happiness, just enjoying life, like being here in the present and being so thankful and grateful that you are you. Let me know what you think about my tips on avoiding social media burnout. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and thank you for watching.